You open your bank app while planning groceries and you see rows of tiny subscription charges. Each one looks harmless, and you scroll and you keep scrolling. Why do subscriptions feel cheap, yet the total feels heavy? If you tallied every streaming service, music subscription, cloud backup, software tool, gym membership, delivery perk, and free trial that quietly turned into a bill, month after month, year after year, the total for a typical mix would absolutely blindside you. The real risk of subscription creep is not what you pay today. It is what you have paid and will keep paying if you never stop to count. So what happens if we actually audit it all across 10 years? If you added up 10 years, what would your number be? Subscriptions have quietly expanded into almost every corner of daily life. They go far beyond the classic streaming bundle on your TV. Start with the obvious: Netflix, Disney Plus, and Hulu, each with its own monthly charge. Add music, Spotify, or Apple Music. Then cloud storage like Google One or iCloud, usually built in the background. Productivity and creative software now live on monthly plans too, with tools such as Microsoft 365 and Adobe Creative Cloud. Fitness is not just about the gym anymore. Memberships often stack with a fitness app or a premium meditation service. Food and convenience join in with delivery memberships, DoorDash, Uber One, and even meal kits that auto-renew. Gaming passes, news sites, and specialty newsletters slip in as well, each a few dollars here or there. App stores can hide recurring charges for note-taking, photo editing, or language learning. Many subscriptions start as free trials, then quietly roll over into paid status if you do not cancel in time. Even the names on your bank statement are not always clear. A charge from DashPass or GGL1 might not ring a bell until you dig deeper. For most people between 22 and 45, it is common to juggle 10 or more different categories, often with overlapping or duplicate services. The list is rarely obvious until you write it down. Only then does the full scale of subscription creep start to take shape. A single subscription rarely draws much attention. $9.99 a month feels harmless, almost forgettable. A cup of coffee, a sandwich, a rounding error. That is not an accident. Companies have spent years perfecting the art of making payments painless. The $9.99 price tag looks smaller than 10, but over a year it becomes $120. Multiply that by a few services, and the yearly cost starts to climb quietly in the background. Most people do not notice. In surveys, Americans underestimate their monthly subscription spending by $133. Nearly half forget to cancel free trials before they roll over into paid plans. The pain of paying fades when charges are small, automatic, and buried in a bank statement. Auto-renewal settings are designed to keep you subscribed with a single click. Cancelling often takes 5, 6, or even 10 steps. Some services send renewal emails that slip past unread, or hide the cancellation button behind multiple screens. Every extra step lowers the odds you will actually go through with it. In one study, a complicated cancel flow cut successful exits by 25%. The system is built to minimize friction when you sign up and maximize friction when you try to leave. That is why it is so easy for these charges to stack up for months or years. Treating subscriptions like background noise is exactly what lets them multiply. To catch what is hiding, you need to look at the evidence, not just guess. Start by opening your bank or credit card app and go to the section labeled Recurring Payments or Subscriptions. Scroll through each entry, looking for anything that repeats monthly or yearly. Expect to spot the big names, but also watch for cryptic abbreviations, charges like GGL*1 or DashPass that might have slipped your mind. This first sweep often catches about 70% of active subscriptions, including annual renewals that can hide among regular spending. Next, go to your phone app store. On iPhone, tap your profile and select subscriptions. Android users can find this in the Play Store menu. Here you will see every app-based subscription tied to your account. Many people are surprised by what shows up. old note-taking apps, forgotten fitness trials, or language tools that quietly renew. Studies suggest 30% of these app subscriptions go unused, but still auto-renew month after month. Finally, open your email and use the search bar. Type keywords like receipt, renewal, subscription, and trial. This step uncovers the stragglers, services that bill through PayPal, annual memberships, or trials that never made it to your main bank list. It is not uncommon to find a $9.99 charge that has been running for years, buried in an inbox thread. Each screen adds a layer, and together they catch duplicates and forgotten renewals that single checks miss. As you gather every charge into a single list, notes, a spreadsheet, or even pen and paper, the full scope of your subscriptions becomes visible for the first time. No math yet, just the facts, lined up, ready for what comes next. The growth of subscriptions rarely happens in one big leap. It is a slow stacking process. Each new need seems harmless on its own. Someone who just wants to watch a single show adds a streaming service, then a second for sports or kids programs, a third for originals or documentaries. What started as one bill becomes three, each with its own renewal date and price. For work, a single software tool is often not enough. Productivity needs lead to a project management app, then a cloud storage plan, maybe a premium note taker. Each tool promises to save time or boost creativity, but the charges overlap sometimes for months before anyone notices. Health and fitness subscriptions follow a similar path. A gym membership pairs with a meditation app, a nutrition tracker, and a supplement delivery. Each offers a unique benefit, but together they multiply the monthly spend. Overlap is common. 10 to 20% of subscription spending comes from paying for similar or duplicate services at the same time. As categories blend, entertainment, work, health, the total quietly grows, often outpacing what anyone expects. The real impact only becomes clear when every charge is lined up side by side. This is a realistic example audit. It starts with two familiar profiles, Sam, a 28-year-old freelancer, and Maya, a 35-year-old parent. Sam's list begins with a design software bundle at $20, a project management tool for $10, Spotify for $10, and cloud storage at $3. Maya's mix opens with 3 streaming services totaling $35, music at $10, cloud storage for family photos at $3, a gym membership at $30, and a delivery service at $10. Both add a couple of app subscriptions. Sam has a note-taking app at $6, and Maya has a kids learning app at $8. The starting subtotal sits at $137 per month, but the number does not stay put. Over 10 years, small additions pile on. A trial for premium editing, another streaming service for the kids, a fitness app, a meal kit. Each time, it is just a few dollars more. Meanwhile, prices climb about 3% a year, and for a few months, Sam double pays for 2 cloud services before cancelling the old one. Overlaps and quiet price hikes push the average monthly spend up to $232. The spreadsheet grows longer, the totals creep higher, and the real cost starts to come into focus, long before any big number appears on screen. A decade of small, harmless charges lines up in a single column. The spreadsheet scrolls, row after row, each one a familiar name or a cryptic code that once seemed too minor to worry about. Streaming for the living room, music for the commute, storage for family photos, software for work, apps for everything else. Each starts as $9.99 or $12.99, sometimes less, sometimes more. Over time, the list grows longer. Prices quietly climb, $1 here, a couple there. A new app for a project, a second streaming service for the kids, a forgotten trial that became permanent. Some months, 2 services overlap before the old one gets cancelled. For Sam and Maya, the monthly total does not just add up, it compounds. The average climbs to $232 a month, more than double where it began. Multiply that by 12 months, then by 10 years. The calculator flashes the answer: $27,840. That is not a typo. It is the sum of a decade's worth of subscriptions, built from the kind of spending that never feels big in the moment. This is a realistic example, not a one-off outlier. The number is the result of ordinary habits, price bumps, and the slow drift of what feels normal. If a typical mix can reach nearly $28,000, the real surprise is not the total, it is how quietly it happens. Right now, nearly half of Americans underestimate their monthly subscription costs, often by over $100. As digital payments blend into daily life, the real risk is not overspending, it is losing track. Every unchecked charge is money you forget to choose. The question is, who is deciding where your dollars go, your habits or you?